Over the past nearly 8 decades, there have been so many talented coaches, athletes, and contributors that have passed through our doors. We have joined together tonight to recognize and honor those who have made a difference, have had an impact, and who have led the way for others to follow. I would like to now read the purpose for this induction as stated in the Constitution of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame. The Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame will be organized as a way of maintaining the heritage and tradition of successful athletic programs here at Northwestern High School. In addition, it will serve as a means of recognizing, preserving, and honoring the athletes, coaches, and individuals who have made significant contributions to the athletic programs here at Northwestern High School. Many individuals have been influential in the Tiger tradition of excellence and have exemplary accomplishments on the athletic fields and in support of Northwestern athletic programs. The Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame honors the contributions and accomplishments of these individuals who are worthy of recognition as examples for others to emulate. If we can now rise and face the flag as our national anthem is performed tonight. Our national anthem will be performed by Northwestern High School Band Director, Mr. Jeremy Snyder. The Northwestern High School Hall of Fame Committee would like to welcome back members of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame with us tonight. We'll have you stand when you're announced. 2014 Class Charter Athlete Wing member Gary Mumaw. 2016 Class Contributor Wing member Barb Hansen. 2017 Class Contributor Wing member Stan Rybolt. 2018 Class Contributor Wing member Glenn, Fritz, and Jeannie Miller. 2022 Class Coaches Wing member Ryan Berryman. Also, a special congratulations to Ryan on his induction to the Indiana Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame this year. 2024 Class Contributor Wing Dan Armstrong. 2025 Class Coaches Wing Lori Schuler. 2025 Class Coaches Wing Cindy Britton. Please give those folks a round of applause. We'd also like to welcome, and please stand when we say your name as well, Carl and Candy Graber, parents of athlete wing namesake Brent Graber. Carl and Candy have been a part of this Hall of Fame since its inception. Thank you for your continued support. Please give them a round of applause. We'd also like to welcome our administrators and our student leadership. Please stand when we call your name. High school principal, Tim Schoaf. High school assistant principal, Jackie Berkshire. Middle school assistant principal, Ryan Ward. Northwestern elementary principal, Tiffany Myers. Howard Elementary Principal, Jordan Nelson. And Northwestern Superintendent, Lindsey Brown. We also want to thank and recognize our student athlete leadership team, Sam Martin, President. Vice President, Kai Schoaf. Adam Lesko. Ty Kidwell. Connell Miller. Kayla Meek, Megan Broker, Elise Collins, Hannah Eller, Izzy Eric, Jace Rose, and Tessa Davenport. Please give these individuals a round of applause. We'd also like to thank our athletic secretary, Christina Kidwell. She did a tremendous job in helping us set this up. Thank you, Christina. I also want to thank our Northwestern custodial staff. They also did a tremendous job getting all of the tables and this whole facility put together. Northwestern Booster Club for their continued partnership in this Hall of Fame. Windmill Grill Restaurant for their efforts in preparing our great meal here tonight. And lastly, all of you here tonight that have come to be a part of this evening to honor the tradition of Northwestern Tiger athletics. We thank you. I would also like to take just a moment to thank and introduce the 2026 Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. Chair Dan Armstrong. Community members Stan Rybalt, Jody Pippinger. Students Sam Martin and Kai Schoaf. Former head coaches Todd Miller and myself. And current head coaches Ryan Ward, Christina Kidwell, and Jim Gish. Thank you all. At this time, I'd like to call on 2017 Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame inductee Stan Rybalt to come forward and lead us our invocation.
Thank you. Shall we pray? Our precious Heavenly Father, thank you for this time to honor the achievements of the inductees tonight. We thank and honor them for their time and talents here at Northwestern, and may we enjoy reminiscing and fellowship. Thank you for the time put forth by those individuals to prepare this evening of celebration. We ask also to please keep your hand of protection on our men and women of the armed forces around the world to protect our freedom. Now, as we enjoy this meal prepared for us, may you bless the hands that have prepared the food that it might strengthen and nourish our bodies. May your hand of protection be upon us as we leave and go our separate ways, that we may come back next year for another celebration of the Northwestern Hall of Fame. Amen.
At this time, I'd like to introduce former Northwestern Athletic Director and Chair of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame Selection Committee, Dan Armstrong, to serve as tonight's Hall of Fame induction MC.
The Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame is organized into 3 wings: the athlete wing, the coaches wing, and the contributor wing. Each wing inductee will receive an award that is named after individuals who have made significant contributions, have had major accomplishments, have the values, leadership, and goals that Northwestern Athletics and Northwestern High School stand for. These individuals are worthy of recognition as examples for others to emulate, and will be recognized each year when their awards are given to worthy inductees as they enter the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame. Their biographies will be at the top of each wing's award on the Wall of Fame. If you were in the Hall of Fame tonight, above each of the wings, you saw the namesakes that these awards are named after. I would like to read those namesakes' bios at this time. Brent Graber. Brent Graber was an athlete at Northwestern from 1993 to 1997. Brent led by his example and few words for teammates and classmates. He loved to learn and play, approaching academics and sports with great enthusiasm, persistence, and integrity. He competed with intensity and keenness under pressure. He loved to win and hated to lose. Brent finished his high school career with 6 varsity letters and was academic all-state in football and baseball. Brent loved playing baseball and football, especially with his high school teammates, telling his father high school football was the best. He encouraged others to be successful in academics and sports. In Brent's senior year at Northwestern, which was 96-97, the football team averaged over 50 points per game. The football coach said, "I want the ball in Brent's hands as much as possible during the games because he seems to thrive on the pressure." Brent's 33 stolen bases and 42 runs scored in 26 baseball games in his senior year were quite remarkable. NHS baseball coach Dan Armstrong said teasingly, "I think Brent hits singles so he can steal second base." Coach Jim Gish said, "I love coaching Brent because he works so hard and is so respectful of coaches and other players." Brent graduated near the top of his NHS class and received the leadership scholarship to attend Wabash College. He lettered in all 4 years of football at Wabash College as a kickoff returner and receiver, while graduating with honors, summa cum laude, in economics. Brent did sport climbing in the mountains of Colorado and Thailand with his brother Darren, who graduated from Northwestern in 2001. He became an expert snow skier, backcountry, and downhill. He was an avid backpacker and enjoyed mountain biking in the Rocky Mountains in Utah. He died much too young in 2009 while looking out for the safety of 2 co-cyclists. Brent's epitaph, as written by his brother Darren Graber, said, "Followed his joyful curiosity, let loose the warmth of his heart, and befriended all with his loving spirit." All athletes inducted into the athlete wing of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame will receive the Brent Graber Brian Hemmerly Award of Excellence. Brian Hemmerly. Brian Hemmerly was an athlete at Northwestern High School from 1993 to 1997. Brian participated in soccer, wrestling, and baseball, all 12 seasons of athletics during his high school career. Brian had a love for athletics and a burning desire to work hard to win. Brian had an infectious smile that made you feel good about any situation. And he drove his teammates to be positive and to work harder than expected. He loved to win and hated to lose. Brian was awarded the Eye of the Tiger Award for participating in 12 seasons of athletics and a blanket award for 10 varsity letters. Brian was a part of 2 team sectional championships in soccer in 1995 and 96. The 96 Tiger soccer team won the first ever boys soccer Mid-Indiana Conference Championship, setting the expectation for how Tiger soccer teams still play today. Brian was the 1997 male recipient of the Robert K. Downey Memorial Scholar Athlete Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards given at Northwestern High School. After graduation from Northwestern in 1997, Brian went to Purdue and graduated in 2001 from the Krannert School of Management with a degree in industrial management. Brian went to work for GE from 2001 to 2003, and then in 2003 and 2006 worked in Chicago as a financial analyst. In 2006, Brian became an entrepreneur working in real estate and owning a restaurant. He was suddenly taken from us at the age of 28 in 2007. Brian was a true inspirational leader who worked to set standards for those after him to follow. His work ethic was second to none. Brian worked hard and had a burning desire to win even when he was staring in the face of doubt from teammates. He led teams even as a sophomore. Brian was a standard setter and had a tremendous communication skills. I said this about Brian, as I had the opportunity to coach him and Brent. Brian Himmerly was a one-of-a-kind leader with a work ethic second to none. If he was knocked down, he got up and worked harder. He helped create the winning standards and championship mentality in baseball at Northwestern that continues still to this day. He worked because it was what was asked of him. He believed because it was what you should do. He was a winner because he was just good, quality person. He is a player you never forget. All athletes inducted into the athlete wing of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame will receive the Brent Graber, Brian Himmerly Award of Excellence. Our coaches wing is named after Gerald Hood. Gerald Hood served Northwestern High School as a math teacher and a coach for over 30 years. Gerald served Northwestern High School with a servant's heart and had a true love for teaching and coaching Northwestern students. Gerald served as the boys varsity track coach from 1973 to 1975 and boys basketball coach from 1976 through 1978, compiling a 24-18 career record as a varsity basketball coach. He came back to coach junior varsity and middle school basketball for several years after leaving the head coaching position. He was beloved by those who called him a colleague and alike by those who had the opportunity to be in his classroom or on his team. Gerald Hood was one of the unsung heroes of the coaching world. For most of his career, he spent the hours, days, weeks, and years working as an assistant coach in the background out of the limelight. No matter if he was the assistant or the head coach, he was teaching those around him. Those who knew him learned from him. He commanded respect by his professionalism, demeanor, and work ethic. He was and always will be a great person. He was and will always be a man they called teacher. All coaches inducted into the coaches wing of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame will receive the Gerald Hood Coaches Award of Excellence. Sadly, this year we do not have a coach being inducted. The contributor wing is named after Gerald Sullivan. Gerald Sullivan was a special individual who drove a bus for Northwestern School Corporation, who greeted every student every day with a smile and cared about each and every one of them as they cared for him. Gerald drove a bus for athletic events for nearly 30 years. He was the first athletic bus driver in our school's history to be awarded a state championship ring for his service to our varsity basketball team in its state basketball championship run in 2006 and 2007. Gerald also drove for the 1992 state runner-up football team and served as the team driver for varsity football and varsity basketball for many years. Each team that he drove for, he got to know personally, and the athletes cared for him and considered him one of the team. Gerald was a huge Northwestern fan and a constant Northwestern supporter in all aspects in academics and athletics. Gerald Sullivan, in his 30-year bus driving career, touched thousands of lives, and he was such a humble man. When you had a one-on-one conversation with Gerald, his focus was on you. Gerald was kind, giving, and had a servant's heart. All contributors inducted into the contributor wing of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame will receive the Gerald Sullivan Contributor Award of Excellence. Now, you all came here tonight for us to induct 3 new members into the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame. We will begin with our first inductee, Kendall Bostic. Kendall Bostic a 2020 graduate of Northwestern High School, is one of the most accomplished student athletes in school history. From 2016 to 2020, Kendall excelled as a three-sport athlete, competing in volleyball, basketball, and tennis, while establishing herself as one of the premier basketball players in Indiana high school history. A four-year starter and a four-time varsity letter winner in basketball, Kendall was a four-time Hoosier Conference All-Conference selection and a three-time Hoosier Conference champion. Her teams captured 4 sectional championships, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. 3 regional championships, 2018, 19, and 20. 3 semi-state championships, 18, 19, and 20. 2 state championships, 2018 and 2019, and finished as the 4A, and we're a 3A school, a 4A state runner-up in 2020. She was also an Indiana Hall of Fame Classic champion in 2018, an Indiana Junior All-Star in 2019, and an Indiana All-Star, one of 5 in our school history, in 2020. Kendall ranks in the top 10 of Northwestern's all-time basketball statistics in 18 different categories and holds 9 school records. She scored 2,032 career points, second all-time in school history, and collected 1,040 career rebounds, first all-time. She became just the 7th player in Indiana State history to record over 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in a career. Her dominance inside the paint is reflected throughout the Northwestern record book. Kendall holds the school records for career rebounds, 1,040, career block shots, 241, and single season block shots, 66 in 2017 and 18, owning the top 4 single season marks in school history. She holds the career record for 2-point field goals made, 894, and 2-point field goal percentage, 67.3%, including a remarkable 73.3% during the 2019 and 20 season. She owns the top 4 single-season marks for 2-point field goals made and 14 of the top 15 single-game 2-point field goal performances in school history. In addition to her scoring and rebounding achievements, Kendall ranks among Northwestern's all-time leaders in assists, 8th all-time, steals, 5th all-time, free throws made, 4th all-time, free throw percentage, 5th all-time, and single-season scoring, 3rd with 614 points in her senior season in 2019-20. As a multi-sport athlete, Kendall also was a 2-time sectional champion in volleyball in 17 and 18, and a 2-time sectional champion in tennis, again in those years, actually it'd be 17 and 18, demonstrating her versatility and competitive excellence across multiple seasons. Kendall continued her academic and athletic career at Division I Michigan State in 2020 and 2021, before transferring to the University of Illinois, where she competed from 2021 to 2025. Over 5 years of Division I scholarship basketball, she played in 147 collegiate games, totaling 1,509 career points and 1,416 career rebounds. At Illinois, Kendall started in all, this is the most remarkable stat, I believe. She started in all 125 possible games over her 4 years and became one of the most decorated players in program history. She finished first on Illinois career rebounding list with 1,352 rebounds and first in career double-doubles with 54. She ranked 3rd all-time in field goal percentage, 56.5%, 7th in career block shots with 125, 7th in offensive rebounds with 332, 9th in field goals made, 625, and 16th in career scoring with 1,416 points. She also ranked 14th in career free throw percentage, shooting 77.8% for career. Kendall led the Big Ten Conference in rebounds per game in all 4 of her seasons at Illinois and finished 5th in the Big Ten's all-time rebounding list. She became just the 4th player in Illinois history to record 1,000 career points, 1,000 career rebounds, and is the only player in program history to average a double-double in 2 different seasons. Nationally, she is one of only 30 Division I women's basketball players since 1981 and 82 season to record 1,500 career points and 1,400 career rebounds, and is only one of 3 Big Ten players to ever accomplish that milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Bostic. Meeting right up there.
So good evening, everyone. First, I just want to say how incredibly honored I am to be inducted into the Northwestern High School Hall of Fame. This honor means so much to me, and to be recognized by the place that helped shape who I am today is truly special. I received my first college phone call in about 8th grade, and I remember being completely shocked. It was something that felt impossible once felt real. Through the recruiting process, I learned lessons that still help me today: how to build relationships, how to communicate, and how to navigate challenges. But the place where I truly grew as a player in person was right here at Northwestern. During high school, I worked hard to expand my game and become more than just the tall kid on the team. My dad and I would stay after practice almost every day for another 15 to 30 minutes. We'd work on hook shots, ball handling, mid-range jumpers, footwork, agility, and just about anything else we could think of. Looking back, those extra minutes in the gym meant everything. During my 4 years at Northwestern, our team won 2 state championships and finished state runner-up once. I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to be a part of a program that competed at that level. One of the most meaningful parts of that time was having my dad on the bench as an assistant coach. I know some coaches' kids might roll their eyes at that, but those moments are really some of my most treasured memories. Whether it was Sunday workouts in the gym or with my parents or celebrating championships together, those memories I'll never forget. High school wasn't just basketball for me either. I had a great group of friends, many of whom weren't even on the basketball team. One was a swimmer, one was a hunter, one played volleyball, and my other teammate was my post buddy in the paint. Having that balance was really important for me, and basketball was a big part of my life, but it wasn't my entire life. I still had bonfires with friends, family dinners, pool parties, and even played volleyball and tennis during high school. That balance helped me grow both as an athlete and as a person. After Northwestern, my journey continued at Michigan State, and I was incredibly proud to be a Spartan and had some great experiences there, but I also learned a difficult lesson that college athletics is sometimes a business. The role I was recruited to play ended up being very different from what I was asked to do once I arrived. After a lot of thought, I made the decision to enter the transfer portal and eventually found my new home at Illinois. From the moment I stepped on that campus, I knew that was the right place for me. So my sophomore year, our team only won 7 games, and we were not very good. We were one of the worst teams in the country, but strangely enough, that year is when I started to fall back in love with basketball again. I focused on doing the little things, rebounding, defense, and effort, and ended up earning all Big Ten honorable mention while averaging just 6 points a game. From there, things began to grow. When Shauna Green and her staff came to Illinois, it felt surreal, given I met this staff just 15 years old when I was at Northwestern. The entire Dayton staff attended a basketball open gym to watch me work out after a volleyball game. I had rolled my ankle and was sitting on the sideline with my foot in an ice bucket, yet they still stayed and talked to the very end. The situation just goes to show how important it is to take care of and maintain your relationships. We just never know when the Lord will bring people back into our lives, and I was thrilled to see Shauna coming back to Illinois. My favorite coach will always be my dad. However, I am thankful for the 2 post coaches that came into my life, Coach Ryan and Coach Kat, at the time when I wanted to continue to develop as a player in person. Coach Ryan helped me solidify my back to the basket game, while Coach Kat helped me develop my mid-range and outside game. Coach McIntyre has been there and is still a steady course of support of encouragement with my faith and personal growth. And Coach Green just exemplifies everything a head coach should be. She has challenged me, demanded excellence from me, and instilled a high level of confidence in me by simply believing in me and my abilities. I continue today to maintain a close relationship with all the staff, and I'm so proud to be able to say that I played for such an incredible group of people in college. Each season, I improved both as a player and a leader. I worked with my coaches to expand my offensive game, improve my confidence, and become a better communicator and teammate. In my final season, I was averaging 15 points and 11 rebounds per game and was honored to be named first team All Big Ten. By the end of my career, our program won its first March Madness tournament game in 25 years, won the inaugural WBIT championship, and 3 out of my 4 years, I was fortunate enough to play in high-level postseason tournaments. I was the recipient of the Big Ten Medal of Honor, the highest award you can receive as a Big Ten athlete, 4-time Sportsmanship Award winner, and 4-time All-Big Ten selection. My 4 years at Illinois, I became the all-time leading rebounder and double-doubles leader in Illinois history, something younger me would have never imagined happening. But basketball also taught me lessons beyond the court. I learned how to persevere through tough situations, I learned how to stand alone for things that are right, and I learned a lot about myself. While competing, I earned 2 degrees from Illinois, a bachelor's degree in speech and hearing science, and a master's degree in education focused on special education. Balancing academics and athletics was challenging, but it was incredibly rewarding. Another thing basketball allowed me to do was give back. In 2019, while I was still in high school, I started the Inspire Her basketball camp. It's a free camp for kids because I want every kid to have the chance to experience the joy of the game the way I did. As of today, I've held my camp in multiple locations in 2 different states. The camp grew from just 12 kids initially to now over 130 who attend. Today, I work at the University of Illinois' athletic department as an assistant director of development and a director of RCI, which is our alumni association for athletics. I get to help coordinate reunions, connect with former athletes, and even help organize our Hall of Fame, which makes tonight feel a little extra special. Looking back on my career, I feel incredibly grateful. Basketball took me to places like Italy and Greece. It allowed my family to watch me play all across the country. It gave me lifelong college friendships, unforgettable experiences, and lessons that will guide me for the rest of my life. But none of that would have been possible without the people who supported me along the way. To my parents and Connor, thank you for every early morning, every late night in the gym, every road trip, and every moment of encouragement. To the Illinois community, thank you for taking me in and believing in our program. Seeing the growth of Illinois basketball and your support of me and my family will always be special. To my coaches and teammates at Northwestern, thank you for helping me learn lessons that help me shape who I am today. Thank you for teaching me how to overcome adversity, how to walk my own path. To the Northwestern community, some of which are in attendance tonight, Lori Savage Schuler, Tika Rogers, the Gilmores, Jessica Oliver, Ryan Berriman, Dan and Jan Adams, Brett and Sarah Van Sickle, Ron and Vicki Owings, Coach Taff, John and Haley Peckinpah, Cindy Marty Britton. Thank you all for supporting our team, my time at both Northwestern and Illinois, and also helping me grow as a person. In the end, God has been so good to place so many great people in my path. Being inducted into this Hall of Fame means a lot to me. Northwestern is where my journey truly began, and it will always hold a special place in my heart for many reasons. Thank you again for this incredible honor. I truly have learned that I get nowhere alone. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess because I'm old, and I've been here a long time, multiple decades in this school, but as a player and as a coach, I always loved watching the players that just had a motor that wouldn't stop. And she had a motor that wouldn't stop. She would rebound it and be at the other end, taking the fast break ball, laying it in the basket. She was a special player that just played her butt off, and it never stopped. She went all the way into the college level and continued to do that. And to do what she did, and to accomplish what she did here, but then to accomplish what she did at the next level was just is incredible, and she needs another round of applause. Our second inductee played a lot like Kendall, about the same way, actually. It's kind of crazy how they're the same kind of player, and both going in at the same year. But Kylie Ballard Hardwick is our next inductee. Kylie Ballard distinguished herself as one of the most accomplished and versatile student athletes in Northwestern high school history during her career from 2008 to 2012. A true three-sport standout in volleyball, basketball, and track and field, Kylie earned the prestigious Blanket Award with 10 varsity letters and the Ring Award with 12. And I apologize for leaving that out of her bio. Reflecting her dedication and consistency and competitive excellence across multiple seasons, Kylie earned all MIC conference honors in all 3 sports and was a multi-time member of the MIC All-Academic Team, exemplifying excellence both athletically and academically. On the basketball court, Kylie cemented her legacy as one of Northwestern's all-time greats. She scored 1,085 career points, ranked 7th in school history, and finished in the top 10 in 9 all-time statistical categories. Her career accomplishments include 1,085 career points, 7th all-time, 52.2% career two-point field goal percentage, 7th all-time, 419 career two-point field goals, which is 3rd all-time, 137 two-point field goals in a season, which was in 2009 and 10, which ranks 8th all-time, 42 career block shots, which is 6th all-time, 673 career rebounds, 4th all-time, 20 rebounds in a game. I don't know how hard you think that is a hard task to do. 20 rebounds in a game, which she did in her senior season, which is 4th all-time, believe it or not, at this school. 238 career free throws made, 3rd all-time. 82 free throws made in a season, which is 7th all-time, and all MIC conference basketball honors in 2009, 11, and 12. In volleyball, Kylie was an honorable mention All-MIC selection in 2010 and elevated to All-MIC conference honors in 2011, contributing significantly to her team's competitive success. In track and field, Kylie excelled in the high jump, earning MIC All-Conference honors in 2011 and 12. She was a 2-time MIC high jump champion and reached the pinnacle of competition by advancing to the IHSA state finals, where she placed 4th with a jump of 5 feet 7 inches, which was just 1/2 inch off of the Northwestern school record. Following her outstanding high school career, Kylie continued her athletic journey at the University of Indianapolis, competing as a 2-sport athlete in basketball and track and field. She did high jump again. She participated in both sports for 3 years at the collegiate level, continuing to demonstrate the work ethic and competitive spirit that defined her at Northwestern. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie Ballard Hardwick.
Good evening. As many of you are aware, I am a woman of few words, so this will be concise. First, I want to congratulate Kendall and the late Miss Whorley. It is an honor to share this accomplishment with you. Thank you to the Northwestern Hall of Fame committee for allowing me to join a group of phenomenal athletes, coaches, and contributors. Few people know why I chose each of my sports. From a young age, I wanted to pay tribute to those I loved the most. Basketball was for my dad, volleyball was for my mom, and high jump was for my late Aunt Jenny. Each of them inspired me in completely different ways, which can be said for each sport as well. They did have one thing in common. They fired up my competitive spirit. I think that was especially the case the summer before high school. Coach Miller and Coach Marty, thank you for putting faith in me before I even set foot in NHS. That summer was a pivotal experience. It convinced me I deserved to be there. Anytime I pass the Carver Center, it brings me back to that summer. Volleyball was one of those sports I adored playing, but we struggled all 4 years. Our emotions ran high at times, but every team brought energy and fun to practices and games. Coach, you were the initiator of that. Thank you. Basketball was my sport. My memories of basketball are filled with determination, a lot of teamwork, thank you, Coach, and breaking something all but sophomore year. Basketball taught me to be resilient and patient when needed and decisive when necessary. All are attributes I'm not sure I would have learned without the sport. Coach Sheaf, you were my ride or die. The individual time and effort you offered throughout my career was second to none, and the reason I did well. It was also why I understood biomechanics lectures so well. My professor's favorite example was high jump. I will never forget state my junior year. I felt like I was suffocating in a giant bowl. It was so hot, but you kept me focused and I jumped better than ever. Thank you for being my anchor. Track was the sport I didn't realize I loved until it was the only sport I played. After career-ending injuries in college basketball, track was my safety net. I was able to high jump and throw javelin my senior year and loved every second of it. Lastly, I want to thank my family, Mom and Dad. The countless hours you spent taking me to practice and games was not lost on me. You were and still are a huge part of my support system. Hannah, thank you for committing to basketball one more year so we could play side by side. Sorry I broke my leg. We got half the season at least. On a more serious note, one of my favorite memories playing with you is actually from volleyball. It was the day I had to miss half of the tournament to take my SATs. You were brought up to varsity, played amazing, and when I finally made it back, our coach left you in and we played side by side. Our opponents had no idea how to handle a double Ballard block. I've learned through self-reflection in my studies that student athletes develop a slew of attributes during their time: teamwork, leadership, sportsmanship, resilience. The hope is that we carry what we learn into our work and everyday life. I still use many attributes as a mother to my son, Walter, who is not here. He's run around somewhere. As a partner to my husband, Kyle, and as a fitness professional. Every experience was a stepping stone to who I am today, and I am so grateful for the journey. Thank you.
Kylie.
Congratulations. Our last inductee is the late Judy Whorley. Judy's being inducted into the contributor wing of the Hall of Fame. Judy Whorley's impact on the Northwestern community spans decades of devoted service, quiet leadership, and genuine care for students, athletes, and fans alike. For more than 40 years, Judy dedicated her professional life to education, teaching at Irvin Elementary, Northwestern Elementary, and Howard Elementary, where she influenced generations of children through her commitment, consistency, and compassion. In addition to her remarkable career in the classroom, Judy became a familiar and trusted presence in Northwestern athletics. Beginning in the 1980s, she worked as a game day ticket taker under athletic director Mike Blackburn, a role she faithfully served until 2005. What began simply as a way to work off an all-sport pass grew into a lasting commitment that extended well beyond expectations. Judy went on to serve at full athletic seasons as a ticket taker for more than 20 years, working side by side with her close friend who's here, Joyce Hardwick. Joyce, where are you? Together, Judy and Joyce became the primary ticket sellers for boys basketball, forming a dependable and welcoming front line for countless home games. Their friendly faces, reliability, and dedication helped shape the game day experience for athletes, coaches, and fans for over 2 decades. Judy Whorley's legacy is one of service, friendship, and unwavering support of Northwestern schools and athletics. Her contributions, both in education and athletic service, exemplify the spirit of community that defines Northwestern, making her a truly deserving member of the Northwestern Athletic Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking for Judy, Michelle Short. And Michelle needs no introduction here at Northwestern.
I just want to start by introducing the family over here. As I call out your name, somebody throw your arm up and wave. My favorite sister, Katie, my only sister. My nephew, Jason, her sons. My son, Robert, and his little boy, Oliver. My daughter, Victoria, and her husband, Matt, and their little boy, Bennett. And Mom's, one of her two favorite lady friends, go everywhere, do everything lady friends, Joyce Hardwick and Pam Baker. Thanks for coming tonight. I want you to know that my son introduced me to a new program called Copilot. Anybody who's ever used Copilot will let you know that these next words aren't my words, because mine could never be this good. But this is amazing what this program will do, and it says exactly what we want. Good evening. On behalf of our family, thank you for giving us the chance to honor someone who spent her life pouring herself into this school, this community, and the people who passed through the doors. Our mother never scored a game-winning basket. She never broke a school record. She never coached a championship team, but for decades she was the first face you saw when you walked into a game, and possibly the last person to lock the doors when everyone had gone home. She sold tickets in the heat, in the cold, in the rain, and the kind of Indiana wind that makes you question your life choices. That would be today. And she did it with a smile, a story, and usually a comment that made you laugh, even if you didn't want to. She knew the parents, the grandparents, the students, the teachers, the referees, the people who only came to one game a year. She remembered names, she remembered families, she remembered who needed a little extra kindness that night. To her, selling tickets wasn't a job. It was her way to welcome people into something bigger than themselves. She believed that high school sports weren't just about competition, they were about community. They were about giving kids a place to belong, giving families a place to gather, and giving this town a place to feel connected. And of course, she didn't just work the games, she taught there. She poured the same patience, humor, and stubborn determination into her classroom that she brought to those ticket windows. She believed in kids who didn't believe in themselves yet. She pushed them, supported them, and celebrated them long after they graduated. Even years later, former students would stop her in the grocery store just to say, "You probably don't remember me, but you made a difference." And she always remembered them. Our mother didn't chase recognition. She didn't expect it. But she earned it one game, one student, one conversation at a time. Tonight's honor means more than any of us can express, because it recognizes the kind of contribution that often goes unnoticed. The quiet, steady, everyday work that holds a school together. The kind of work that builds traditions, strengthens communities, and shapes generations. She loved this place. She loved the people in it, and she would be deeply proud and probably a little embarrassed to know she's being inducted into the Hall of Fame. On behalf of our family, thank you for remembering her. Thank you for honoring her, and thank you for showing that a life of service, kindness, and commitment matters just as much as any trophy in a case. Her legacy lives on in this school, this community, and the countless lives she touched. And tonight, it lives on in this Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well said. A huge thank you to all of you. Please spread the word about this Hall of Fame ceremony, which will be held next year on March the 12th, 2027. If you know of somebody that should be honored in this Hall of Fame, or you think at least they should be, Please share that name with the athletic department, myself, and we will go to work to see if they qualify. If you can help us with stats, with any knowledge of you may have, that would help get us started in the right direction. But we need names constantly. This is a living athletic Hall of Fame. We've been going since 2014. And so we need help because I've been around a long time, but I don't go all the way back to 1948. So the help I could get would be greatly appreciated. So help the committee if you could, please. I'd like to make one quick request. This Hall of Fame, as I said, is a living Hall of Fame, but it costs money to do it. It is getting more and more expensive every year. So on the back table over there are envelopes. If you would love to help contribute, whatever you have, we would take. If you want to take an envelope and then send it back or drop it off at the athletic office, we would love to have it, the help we need. As this goes on and on, we need more and more to keep it going. So please help us with that. All monies given goes directly to this Hall of Fame. Every money, every dollar that's ever been given to this Hall of Fame has stayed with this Hall of Fame, and it will continue to be that way. I would ask the inductees and the inductee families or whoever you want for pictures to come forward after we're done. Right here, we'll use this backdrop to take pictures. We like to get pictures, and then I will send those pictures to each of you that relate to your family. So please do not leave before you take pictures. We want you to stay. Thank you all for being here. I hope you got enough to eat. Be safe out there in the wind. Good night.